Well, I don't know if we're recording yet, but if we are recording, welcome to Defense Against the Dark Arts with me here at Witch3s Art and Weed. Go ahead and get you your water, your tea, your coffee, whatever it is you prefer to drink. Go to the bathroom if you gotta go to the bathroom. I was taking notes and trying to resonate on how to approach this. I'm going to go off right into it, kind of. If you're looking for spells and rituals, this is not the video for you. There will probably be videos about that in the future, but I mean, when you're talking about protection and magic, you don't delve into the spells and rituals right off the back. Actually, really the best thing I'm going to tell you to do to protect yourself, because if you are feeling like you've been jinxed or hexed or cursed, or have went into a place and picked up on some bad energy, first off, you need to confirm that that's even what's really going on, and for that you're going to need mental clarity. The best way to get mental clarity is through meditation, and honestly, make sure you're hydrated and drinking water, because your body can feel all kinds of nasty just off of being dehydrated. That being said, but also goes into cleanliness. Water kind of keeps your liver and your kidney clean. Everything else, keeping yourself clean, keeping your things clean. I'm not a super religious person. I am spiritual, but I do believe in the saying cleanliness is next to godliness. Clean usually is organized. Things that are organized usually aren't that chaotic. Like, there is controlled chaos, but usually when there is some kind of dark energy or matter around, it's very attracted to chaos. There is chaos magic, but we won't get into that either yet. But like I said, meditation, clearing your head, that way you know that you're not being paranoid and all that. And honestly, I'd say right off the back, like, don't even walk around telling yourself you're jinxed or you're hexed or somebody's doing something. You can spin your wheels. Like, so the first thing when it comes to the Defense Against the Dark Arts, make sure you're just not being paranoid. And once you've gotten past that, still meditate. Cleansing baths. You want to build up your energy. You want to cleanse your system, because it could have been something you touched. It could have been something they put on you. It could have been something you consumed. Me, preferably when it comes to cleaning things, cleaning myself in spiritual baths, I have a heavy focus on mint. Using mint oils. Even when it comes down to it, if I had a preference or in an environment which allows me plants, mint, different kinds of mints are very easy to grow. They actually spread when they will just take over everything. So definitely want to grow it in a container in which you are okay with it overtaking that whole container. It increases the oxygen content and cleans the air. It's a nice uplifting smell and it has a good vibration. Also, plants is like a first line of defense. It's going to let you know what's up. I mean, come on, you know you got a green thumb. You know you're doing everything you possibly can, yet plants are dying in your house. Boom, that's a big sign that somebody's putting something on you. I know a lot of people do these egg cleanses or pickups. I don't know much about that. I know they are legit. I'm planning on doing one myself. That's another thing too, with anyone that is here that might happen to be a teacher of the dark arts might tell you, or in magic anyways. Like, no one's really a teacher of this stuff. We just kind of share what we know, wanting to help people that don't know anything, that are being taken advantage of by people that do know things. I am never going to suggest anyone do anything I haven't done myself. Which is going to be a journey for me, because, it's, I have a past with magic, let's put it that way. I don't really want to delve too much into my history as to let people really know where I'm with that. Which leads me into also the reason why I'm not trying to teach you spells and rituals. I'm actually going to kind of do this like research-based type thing and kind of show you how to get information and how to safely try things out. Because I believe in keeping your practice private, especially when it comes to protection, because just like with spells, if somebody knows the spell on how you did the spell, it's easy to reverse the spell. So if someone knows what you did and what you're doing to protect yourself, like, oh, I know they go here, I know they do this to protect themselves, and you can assume the same. If they know what you're doing to protect yourself, they know how to get through that protection. So what good does it do if you're giving away all your trade secrets? It's kind of like one of those, lead a camel to water, but you can't make it drink. Or, no, it's more like the teach a man how to hunt, feed himself for a lifetime, but if you feed him, like, yeah, I'm trying to teach you how to hunt, how to learn. So yeah, I'd start off with making sure you're clean, drinking enough water, your environment's clean. You can just start off with basics using mint, lemon, the acidic-based fruits. Stay away from bleach and ammonia. Like, yeah, it cleans things, but not really spiritually, and it degenerates the surfaces you guys put this stuff on. They're pretty harsh. I'm talking about making the oil blends to like cleanse, which goes into a very olden thing with witches and brooms, and this whole flying thing. Not getting into that part, but just how important a broom is in a witch's life. You and the sweeping of the energy is just kind of like the mopping and cleansing of the floor. You want to keep your space really clean, especially if you feel like you're being attacked. Like, be abnormally strange about the cleaning, especially on the north and east side of your house. Be extra mindful of these places staying clean, not having spider webs, cobwebs, dead animals, rotting anything. You never want rotting anything in your house. Like, even if you're giving up offerings to whoever or whatever, you always want it to be very tiny amount and not rotten. And I feel like that because I know there's a few times I probably left too much out too late, and I feel like sometimes maybe when we leave the offerings out too long, another type of like bottom feeders, like not good energies come towards that. So yeah, be mindful of that for those that do that. But yeah, definitely keep the dirt out of your house, sweep it out. I'm a firm believer when I had a house. My mom actually is the one that got me into doing it, because we had carpets we'd vacuum, but near the doors we had like linoleum. It's a hard word for me to say, or like wood floors. And like I noticed after a while, my mom always swept the shit out the door. She didn't put it in the dustpan. She swept it out the door, front, back to front. It was just kind of like one progressive type routine, and she'd sweep it right out the fucking door. And then for some reason, I had a habit of going behind her and sweeping it right off the pavement into the grass. It was just kind of a thing. But there's ancient teachings and myths about like sweeping bad energy out of your house. So yeah, make sure you're clean. Sweep and then mop the floors with an oil blend. I'm trying to think of what like. I know like you can just go get pine sol if you know how to make oil blends. That does have lemon oil and a few other oils in it. But if you do know how to make oil blends, make one for your floor and use that. As far as carrier oils, don't ask me why I cater so much to coconut oil. I feel if you have wood floors, it would be good because coconut's hydrating and helps like moisture, but like also that's a very slippery type oil. Maybe olive oil. But yeah, you choose really. It's your preference what carrier oil you like. Outside of that, on my person, I like to wear metals like iron. There's a thing like that. I like iron. I like wearing copper, silver. I'm not too privy of gold. And if I can have it be like an actual piece, like I have this Eye of Horus video up. A lot of you that view my readings, you will notice when I read, I don't have it on now, but whenever I do reads, I am wearing my Eye of Horus for protection amongst a lot of other things and crystals you don't see. There are the 6 that you can see, but trust me, there's a lot more crystals around me when I'm reading than what you see. There's always more protection around me than what most people see, for a reason. I feel extra safe having multiple lines of defense in that area. Anyways, this is a little video on Eye of Horus for if some of you guys don't know what I'm talking about there.
Whether a symbol of the all-seeing third eye or the ever-watching gaze of the Illuminati, the Eye of Horus has been connected with great power since the time of ancient Egypt. What is the Eye of Horus? The Eye of Horus, also known as the Wajet or Ugent, is an ancient Egyptian protection symbol. The symbol incorporates an eye together with an eyebrow and is decorated with the markings of a falcon's eye. It is also sometimes referred to as the Eye of Ra, but the Eye of Ra, however, was viewed as a destructive force connected with the powerful heat of the sun. Conversely, the Eye of Horus was depicted frequently on amulets to offer protection to the living and dead, and also represented good health and power.
To the living and dead. I wear this because it's a lot of defense for me, my spirit guides, and my ancestors. So like when I have that on, I feel like not only am I protecting myself and my spirit guides, the ancestors are protecting me, but the Eye of Horus is protecting all of us. It's just a layer on top of all layers.
The Eye of Horus myth. Horus was a sky god, according to...
And it's up to you if you want to use your powers and your knowledge to use magic to help you, yourself, and others, or to do harm, or to do both. But keep in mind, you reap what you sow.
Set, Horus' uncle. Set allegedly murders Horus' father, Osiris. After his father's death, Horus and his mother, Isis, want to reanimate Osiris and undertake to put his dismembered body parts back together. In one version of the myth, Horus offers up one of his own eyes in order to resurrect his father. A further interpretation cites him losing his eye in a battle with Set. The myth maintains Horus' left eye was removed. The left eye was believed to be connected to the moon, as it could be seen being ripped out of the sky with the effect of the moon's waxing and waning. Thoth, an Egyptian deity, allegedly restores Horus' eye, resulting in his eye becoming known as Wajet, meaning whole or healthy. The restoration of the eye also represented the change from chaos back to order, paralleling the Egyptian concept of perfect order or Met. Eye of Ra. The Eye of Ra is viewed as another name for the Eye of Horus by some sources, but is also regarded by others only to Ra. The Eye of Horus reveal that Ra, the ruler of Egypt at the time, was beginning to grow old and weak. As a result, his people did not take him seriously and lawlessness set in. Ra decided to punish the people. He removed his daughter from the Urias, the royal serpent, and sent her to punish humanity. She orchestrated a massacre and eventually had to be recalled by Ra as he feared she would destroy all of mankind. Unfortunately, she was bent on destruction and did not concede to her in mathematics. The eye is a system of measurement and divided into 6 sections, denoting the 6 pieces of Horus' shattered eye. Each of the 6 pieces represented a fraction as well as one of the senses. The ancient Egyptians used this method to create more complex fractions. Strangely, when all the fractions are added, they do not total 1, but rather 63/64. The outstanding 1/64, sources cite, may have been a token of Thoth's magic which restored Horus' eye. The Egyptians also believed it was not possible to attain perfection in anything, and the missing part of the fraction may have alluded to this
I believe that there is no such thing as perfect nor perfection. I believe that is something that was created to kind of make us drive towards something that doesn't exist, to exhaust our mind.
Concept. Modern use. The symbol is thought to be connected to the Eye of Providence on US $1 bills and possibly linked to Freemasonry. The Eye of Providence, Eye of Horus, and similar symbols.
Let me see if I have money here. I'm just saying, they pick the symbols and things they put on money for a reason, because these symbols, they're there for a reason, the way they are for a reason, but they serve no functional purpose. So the more you know, because as you heard in this video, there's a symbol that looks just like this, but it is not good.
Depicting an eye are regarded by conspiracy theorists as symbols of the Illuminati, the Thelemites, an occult group.
Something I want to show y'all that I found out one day. Alright, so there's these mudras, which mudras are another way to protect yourself. I'll get into those in another video. I'll show you a few mudras that do with meditation specifically for blocking energy out and clarity. But the rock on, or this is also a mudra. But I noticed if you kind of do the rock on thing, that hand symbol Hollywood does, they have a lot of other symbols like this and stuff. But if you take this one, sorry, microphone's in the way, and you do that, guess what's in the middle? So I really don't want to hear people say it's conspiracy theory anymore. Like, we really need to stop saying everything that doesn't exactly make sense automatically when you look at it as a conspiracy theory. Some people just have a tendency to think beyond what they're told.
Group refer to the start of the 20th century as the Age of Horus. In Theosophy and other esoteric studies, the Eye of Horus is connected with the pineal gland, which is believed to be the third eye.
It's another thing. Sometimes when I feel someone's energy penetrating mine, I'm not comfortable with it or frustrated. It's kind of like tapping, but I even do it with babies when they get irritated and crying and they can't fall asleep. I just will rub my forehead here and breathe and just kind of calm myself and just focus on blocking out whatever that disruptive feeling I feel coming into my energy is. It's making me have a headache or irritable.
Scientific research regards the pineal gland as an old photoreceptor. In certain species it is linked to a parietal eye, also called a third eye. Philosophers, such as René Descartes, believed the pineal gland was the seat of the soul. The ancient...
Which a lot of people want to say the pineal gland doesn't exist. I've had an MRI. If anyone's had an MRI that will confirm this, find someone. And in their MRI, ask them, is there or is there not this mass? And if they've asked about it, the doctor will tell you it's a penile cyst. They're always about the same size, and it is in that location. That is the pineal gland. It is there. Doctors refer to it as a penile cyst. Most people have a calcified penile cyst. Health and what we eat has so much to do with everything. Which, that being said, I find it very funny that how intuitive and powerful I am to know that my penile cyst is probably still primarily blocked. I do have intentions of fully opening that up one day, but the potential is intriguing. Let's just say that this is definitely something that's been on my path for a long time. Signed up for it. mainly because I knew I was going to have to protect myself on this timeline, and there's a lot of people that need protection on this timeline. I firmly believe, they say history repeats itself. I believe there's been a process that leads to inevitable doom that humanity has faced several times. And we don't remember, and it's just one of these times we gotta figure it out and stop ourselves from destroying ourselves. I think we're running out of chances to do that. I mean, there's only so many cycles. I think there's probably about 9. I'm not particularly sure. But yeah, that's into a whole nother space. But yeah, protective pieces, symbols, research into some of those. Pick what resonates with you or your culture. I also like to carry crystals with me. Get right into the basic one. I like to carry tiger's eye with me. I like to carry amethyst with me. Hematite is very good for protection. Sometimes if you live in a place with local banks and rivers, I'll go and get, if I can find a random raw crystal that's floating down a riverbed or whatever. I like to have those. Also, when it comes to the cleansing of your floors in your house, it's better if you actually use river water, natural water, stuff like that, not tap water, but I mean whatever it is you have. I preferably, when I clean my floors, and sometimes even when I take spiritual baths, I use some of my moon water, which I'll do a video about moon water. The full moon's coming up, so maybe tomorrow. Don't hold me to that. I made this video right now, even though I wanted to take a day off because I told you guys I wouldn't, and it is important. I just want to give you guys a basic layer of protection. I repeat again, an instant thing you can do is return to cinder, but just clean yourself, clean your environment. Some of you guys might not have essential oils or easy access to real ones. You can get some pine salt for your floors. You can take some lemon peels, brew you some tea, put some lemon in it, take the lemon peels and put them in the bath with you. There's another one I'm thinking of. It's not lemon. I'll think of it in a minute. It's like an orange, but it's not. It comes in tea. Yeah, there's also some teas that have herbs in it. Give me 1 second. You might gonna hear buzzing. I need to research something. And it's gonna be so funny that I'm researching tea to remember what this fucking fruit was, because I think it was in there. Stupid buzzing. It was either the breakfast brew or that. I was making it myself. Bergamot is like an orange. You can buy bergamots. So it's a whole other thing. You can squeeze some bergamot in your tea if you like Earl Grey tea, and you can take the pills and peels, sound like I said peels, and throw them in the tub. Just for the quickest ways. If you can't. You just can't find oils because you don't want to get oils from the fucking Dollar Tree. You want to know where you get your oils from to make sure they're real. Go to a metaphysical store. Straight out the gate. I just go to a metaphysical store, or if you know a pagan friend, a Wiccan friend, or a friend that is into spirituality, go ask them locally where you can get those things, or just ask them in general. They might have extra. I like to also diffuse oils in my environment. You don't really have to have an oil diffuser. You can literally just boil water on your stove and throw some oils in there and let it do its thing. But yeah, that's just basics. Practice doing that just to start cleansing your area and putting a layer of protection on yourself. The next 2 videos I should be doing based around this will probably... I'm saying this for my reminder too. We'll talk about mudras, and I just had the other thing in my head. Yeah, mudras and meditation. To start building up your protection of self. I like to do these sometimes with meditation. I like to have the 2 amethysts in my hand. That you need to start with that though before you start with rituals and spells. Do never jump right into doing rituals or spells or just something out of a book, because you don't know. You don't know, especially if it's in another language and you're just saying the words, because in certain tongues, languages, Latin based, it doesn't matter what language you do spells in. I always say, really, people should write their own. Like, don't let people necessarily know exactly how you do things. So I'm sorry if this sounds vague, but I'm willing to risk sharing a little bit of what I know and learn throughout life with you guys, because I'm just not that fearful of a person. Fear is a mind killer. Another thing, don't be scared of anybody. Don't give anything power. Don't give the idea of being hexed, jinxed, or cursed as your reality. Also, positive mindset. Don't even attempt to do magic to protect yourself unless you're in a positive mindset. Don't do magic to protect yourself with intention of protect me and do this to them, and don't do the return to me with any intention of ill mind towards them. Just return to sender. I'm sorry, I said return to me. That reminds me, like, people need to stop doing the come to me spells. Like, that's what I mean. Like, people just do anything on the internet. But yeah, if there's anything you want to know, drop it in the comments specifically, because there's just so much I know and so much in this area. I really just kind of want to start you off with the basic tools, so I'm not giving you any advice to any, like, baby witches or new witches that could potentially backfire and mess them up. But, like, tell me what you need to know about. Do you need to know how to cleanse your home? Cleanse an item? Do you feel jinxed or hexed? Because there is a difference in generational curses. Do you feel like you picked up an orb or energy because you went somewhere? Do you feel like maybe you spoke into a contract or made an agreement with something and you didn't uphold it, so it backfired? Like, what's your story? What's your scenario? It'll also give me focus on advising and helping you in the next video to come. But stay safe. You are protected. You are strong. You are free. You are blessed. And you should be saying those things as I am happy, I am loved, I am free, I am blessed, I am safe. Namaste.